beehive. Save the bees.
was a perfect cut. You did that perfectly. pure wax, and they put the wax over the honey because they bring the nectar into the colony at 99% moisture content. And they have to dehydrate the nectar down to 17%. And it's low, they get it down that low so it won't ferment, and they can preserve it basically. And once they cap it with all wax, so no moisture can get in and out. And in this section is where they raise their young. And you can see the different size cells. These are for the males, the drones, they're a bit bigger. And these are the worker brood.
Oh wow.
So they only make these in the spring when it's time to mate. So that's why they're unused right now and they're focused on their worker production. Not a big population, but enough to carry them through till when spring starts. They got plenty of food to last them until then.
They eat the honey.
Yeah. And then also pollen. We'll probably see some in the next section, the different colored pollen. But these are developing bees. If you get the camera up high, you can see down inside. And you can see the developing bees in the bottom they haven't capped yet. And they cap these with half wax and half pollen. That way the developing bees have access to oxygen exchange and then while they develop. And they're going to go through a metamorphosis just like a caterpillar would to a butterfly. They turn into that grub.
Really?
And then they change into this. Heat rises in the colony. That's why they put the honey up top, because honey's a better insulator. So when the heat rises in the colony, it goes up to the honey, and they use the honey as a heat sink. They don't have to work to keep the cavity warm. They can just keep the honey warm, and the honey will keep the rest of the cavity warm for them. Not yet. These are the male cells for male bees. Those are bigger, and then these are the female cells, a little bit smaller. You see the difference in size.
How long have you been doing that?
About 12 years.
Oh, wow.
And then we'll see what's under this side here.
You doing it?
Yeah, about year round.
Oh, wow.
So those are all developing bees. That's going to be the very beginning of the spring workforce. These bees are going to emerge in the next 2 weeks, and then they're going to stay in the hive for about 2 weeks before they start flying. So they'll be a perfect time for all the fruit trees to start flowering. We use the smoke to push them away before we cut so we don't smash any bees. We vacuum them up in the bee vacuum. Just kind of slowly work our way through.
Right now.
Yeah, the smoke helps, the cold helps. They didn't get slammed on the ground when it came down. The reason this was broken is just the shift in orientation, and the weight of this broke itself. Just because it's used to hanging upside, and when it got pushed on the side, all the weight of the honey just kind of broke it.
You don't think it's because they cut it?
No. No, it was really jagged and irregular. You can see the spot right here where it got cut, very straight.
Oh, yeah.
But this all broke just because when the orientation changed, it tried to support itself horizontally.
That makes sense.
It's a little bit stronger in the cold. When it gets warm, this stuff gets really soft and it's mushy. So we'll save all this section because they put all the work in to raise these bees.
Right.
So I'll put this into a new colony when I move them back. Same with that stuff right there. Any empty stuff, I'll just render out for wax with handles later on.
Oh, nice.
So I want to give them as little amount of space to worry about right now. A smaller amount of room to keep warm, a smaller amount of place to patrol. It's almost like moving a plant. They go through a little shock after you transplant them.
Yeah.
You kind of got to baby them a little bit more than you normally would.
Cool.
How much honey did you get out of that? There's probably like 60 pounds in here.
Really?
Yeah.
How do I get some?
We got plenty of containers here.
You can give me one?
Yeah. The homeowner left out like 12 containers. Dude, we'll fill them up.
Give me two. Give me two.
The homeowner left us a bunch of containers. We'll fill them up.
All right, Blake, we're out here with Blake, the beekeeper.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Ooh, look at this. Look at the
Blake, can you tell us what we're doing over here?
We're locating the beehive out of this silver maple. This is the heartwood, and the tree deteriorated between layers, and the bees capitalized every open space they could use. They filled with honeycomb. It's like fingers.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's beautiful. So that light color indicates this was built in the last 6 months. And some of this darker stuff we're seeing is probably closer to 2 or 3 years old. It's kind of like your carpet. The more they track dirt in there. You can sit by that trunk right there and I'll clean that up. Thank you.
Look at all that honeycomb. Blake's over here smoking the bees out.
Smoking on the job. So we use the smoke to keep them a little bit calm and confused and on their heels. And I also use the smoke to corral them. If I've got bees in a place I don't want them, I can give them a little puff, it'll push them away. If I give them too much smoke, it'll get them too agitated to where they want to leave. So we just give them enough to stay a little calm.
And then is that vacuum, does that suck them up?
The vacuum sucks them up. This is a repurposed beehive. So same dimensions as an actual beehive. When we get back to the bee yard, the piece of sheet metal in here comes out and you can let the bees fall down into their brand new colony. And we're gonna take all of their developing brood like this and put it into a new colony and give that back to them so they can get right back to work. We don't want them to miss a beat. We've got spring coming up and they've got work to do.
Yeah, busy as bees. Busy bees.
We're keeping an eye out for the queen. I'm also looking out the back of the vacuum.
Yeah.
If we have the queen in the vacuum, the exhaust will push out her pheromone and the bees will be more interested in the vacuum than the tree.
Oh, interesting.
So I don't see any traffic yet. So that leads me to believe the queen's still in here. And they've got a big area they keep hunkering down in the corner here.
Gotcha, okay. I'm still looking for that. So Blake, how convenient was it that we had the
no, that's okay. I got the majority here.
What we got going on over here?
What's the other side look like? Oh yeah, that's good to chip. Yeah, you're good. Good? Yep.
So Blake, do you think that having the crane here helped today?
The crane was essential because we were able to pick up this entire piece and lay it down gently. If you have to rig it with rope or lay the tree down, the shock that the trunk imposes, it'll knock off the comb and separate. And what happens is the comb will break and start to stack and break, kind of like a controlled demolition of a parking garage. And each comb will break and break as it goes. It'll smash all the bees in between, they get covered in honey. So having this be able to be laid down gently and with some articulation, that made all the difference.
We had this whole piece set down with our crane right here.
queen? Yep. Well, you know what they do? He was telling
We
me.
found the queen. Right there.
As soon as she produces,
That's
they go
dope.
into-
Nice job, Blake.
You have to put her in a little.
That's so cool.
Just good. We'll leave you a container when we're done.
You can have it.
Did he get honey out of this little piece?
No, that's just old. That's just old wax.
No one's giving me.